Hello and welcome to No Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Winds of Change. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, it's on Steam. Also, before we start, I really hate that music that you first hear when you get on the boat to sail to here. God, that can make such a great anime intro. I've listened to it a couple of times already. And makes emotions. Anyways, on the last Let's Play, we entered the Coliseum and chatted with Howl, who's talking about getting his powers more tangible and under control. Well, maybe not tangible, but under control. And, you know, fights between not Rune, sorry, that's a different game. Actually, two different games. Pro and Ulrich. I still feel like there's something in the background that's like going, hey, they're playing this up to sway it one way or another. Or, you know, how do I put this? They were setting this all up, but they can't really tell me because then they wouldn't be able to sell that well. But I still kind of feel like I'm not sure if I should have picked Draco, at which point it would make doing things easier, because why would I pick Vivian but then have my soldiers, you know, be the reserve for Draco, you know? Also, Sovi is coming to this area. I don't know how he knows we're here, but, you know. Also, can I click on this greatsword? No? Okay. I guess, oh yeah, and we had a heart-to-heart with Pro, in which case we forgave him. And now for the arena. Hope nobody dies, or at least none of us dies. And hopefully not Vivian either. Yep. End of the 4th chapter, I guess. Bit nervous. Enter the lobby with Ulrich and Pro behind me. Our comrades are here, and they immediately turn and stare. An odd aura fills the air, but this definitely is an odd situation. Vivian stands on one side of the room, and Draco stands on the other. I mean, it would make sense if Pro isn't being a complete moron, you know? Ulrich follows me as it takes steps towards Vivian, my ally in this battle. I just feel like I don't think Ulrich would play Vivian, you know? I could see Pro playing Draco, but not Ulrich playing Vivian, which is why I picked Vivian. Because I thought if I picked Draco I could, because Vivian did make those words, you know? But I'm not sure if I could just betray Draco. Anyways, if I wanted to win, I'd have to ensure that him and Ulrich stayed alive.
So it's finally going to happen. I've been dreaming about this day for a long time. Do your best out there, Monarch. I've got your back.
Oh, I'm supposed to be getting your back, you know?
Of course, I have heard rumors about that blade you're carrying. So, if you don't mind, I might choose to lean on you for support too. If we all take care of each other, then we'll be unstoppable for sure.
I guess no quick time events, though. I nod, since he's right.
We need to make our way to the other side of the Coliseum. Both groups start on opposite ends and meet in the middle. That's where all the chaos ensues. It'll be pretty hectic.
I'm counting on it. It's been ages since I've seen a real battle. Do your best to stay out of danger, Monarch. Leave this to us. There's no need for you to risk your life unless you need to. Our targets are Draco and Pro. We should do our best to avoid senseless casualties. Vivian's reign should begin with as little bloodshed as possible.
I nod and watch as Vivian and Ulrich shake hands.
It's a bit of a walk, so let's get started. The battle will start in a few minutes, so we need to be there. Some leader I'd be if I showed up late to my own fight.
Like, I could see Vivian's forces fighting against us. Because, you know, they would follow him to, like, win and, you know, change Alarinthia. But I wouldn't see my guys fighting against me in my choice, you know? He smiles, and we break our huddle. I follow him as we make our way to the gates. The weight on my shoulders is immense and frightening. I notice Dracor make his way to my side. He looks me up and down, staring at my blade.
Look, I don't know if what they told me was true,
Dracor.
but if that blade is some sort of ancient relic, don't showboat. Anything other than strength and strategy will be seen as cheating. That blade may have powers to help you out in Maltius, but not here. Do your best to blend in as a regular combatant, all right? I don't want you putting Vivian in jeopardy out there.
And he's our guy, so I should probably listen to him. I shrugs, since I don't really have any say in the matter. I say, I suppose the powers of the blade are pretty much cheating. A thrown battle would do little to prove Vivian's credibility, so damn, could we not cheat? After the trek, what that seems like forever, we're at our gates. They're shut tight, and I can see another set cross from this one. At the other end of the arena, our opponents are waiting, just like us. I look over to my allies and gulp. The crowd is roaring with excitement. Our lives were simply entertainment for them.
Remember, we're fighting for a better future. Our hopes and dreams will carry us to victory, I know it. Of course, Ulrich's sword arm will sure be a big help.
No need to put on the pressure, Vivian. But I know you're right. This is all I've ever wanted. And with you two by my side, I know I'll never fail.
Hopefully, I've only fought like once and have no formal training. He smiles. The smile quickly is wiped from his face. The gates begin to open, giving us a clear view of the arena. Horse guy. Take a few steps outside the gates and look around. The crowd goes wild, and that's when all hell breaks loose. The reserve forces rush to the center to create a line of defense.
Stay back, Monarch. Let me and Vivian lead the charge.
Yeah, just make sure to stay out of danger. We can't have our future ruler falling in battle.
I mean, then why am I joining your side?
Now!
I stay back as instructed and let them lead the charge. After a few minutes, everyone meets in the center. All I hear is clashing metal and agonizing screams. It's an absolute massacre, just like... I gasp and take a few steps back, anxiety coursing through me. It feels like I'm right back at the Rebel HQ. Everybody's dying. I clutch my chest and start to panic in the arena, my breath short. What's going on? This has never happened before. I can't escape this. It feels like it's all happening all over again. I shake my head, but nothing helps. I need it to stop.
Hey, Monarch. Are you okay?
I'm unable to respond as an enemy soldier closes in on me. Draco's reserve forces, our own men, are coming to attack me. I really feel like that wouldn't be a thing. Or are they? I had no idea if they would actually follow through. And thanks to a sudden interruption, I never find out.
Monarch!
Orc rushes to my side and pushes me on the ground. I hit the floor with a loud thud, and am knocked back into coherence. However, this did little else but redirect the attention to him. With almost a dozen men charging towards him, he stands his ground. Unsheathing a sword, he sizes up the oncoming attackers. One single swing later, they're all knocked to the ground. It seems he's shown them mercy, as they squirm on the ground, injured. I'm not sure what he's calculating, but that was impressive. It's almost like he knew exactly when to swing for maximum effect. It hurts me to see him harm our own, but there was no other choice.
Forgive me, Monarch. It was either them or you. I had to make a decision. Give me your hand. We need to keep things moving.
I nod and grab his hand. He helps me back on my feet. I have no idea what just happened. Was that a vision or something else? No, there's no time to think about that. We had a battle to focus on. And it was a battle that we were winning? We pushed the opposing forces back towards their side. After a few minutes of battle, they're almost backed into a corner. We had them right where we wanted them. Or did we?
No!
Just when we think we have the upper hand, Draco plays his trump card. His forces spread out and quickly run around our flank, surrounding us. Wait, if we had them surrounded, how could they outflank us? We weren't quick enough to react. We were all too close together.
Stay close, Monarch! This must be what Draco was counting on. If we can break free, then victory is surely ours.
They take slow, synchronized steps towards us. We all look for weakness, but can't find any. In a few minutes, they'd close in on us.
The strategy, it seems desperate. That means he doesn't have anything else up his sleeve. Get us out of this, Monarch. Use that blade if you have to.
They raise their blades, ready themselves for attack. They're still far away, but it's enough to intimidate us. I reach for my own weapon in response, and unsheath it. I take slow steps forward, matching their synchronization. They stare at me, confused, and some of them even scoff at me. This is my chance to shine. I have to save us all from this trap. Gripping the blade tightly, I try and figure out how to activate it. As if to sense my instinct, the gear on the base starts spinning fervently. I raise it up in the air and demand the blade assist us in battle. I thought we weren't supposed to use this, but I guess, at least I don't have any choice. Immediately after that, a flash of white light overtakes the arena. Just like every other time the blade was used, as if that's its call. However, the flash of white light subsides almost as soon as it began. It seems to leave everyone in the area blinded. They stagger back, waving their hands over their eyes, unable to see. In their confusion, they step back, revealing a gap in their formation. And that gap is exactly where Draco now stands. With my comrades also blinded, it might be up to me. I grip the blade and watch Draco panic with his sight-robbed state. The crowd grows silent, almost in awe of what's going on. All eyes are on me. They know I use the blade to do this. I gulp, unsure if I should attack or wait for their sight to return. I don't want them to think I'm a coward who seeks to disarm their foes. So many people watching, I need to consider what image I give off. I would be in the highest seat of power after this war. I need to think. Fuck me. I said don't use magic, even though I just used magic. Fight as a team? No, couldn't rely on the blade to win this battle. It was cheating. And I guess this isn't the end of Adastra. Breaking through the attack was enough to put us back on equal ground. That's all we needed to win. We shouldn't get caught off guard again. We wouldn't. I prepared to sheathe my blade, but then everything changes. I feel a grip on my shoulder, preventing me from moving at all. I turn to face the source of the intrusion. I tremble in fright. It was Ulrich.
Sorry. I can't have you getting in the way. I have to do this, Monarch. Please forgive me.
Okay. The grip on my shoulder tightens into something more crushing. His aggression is clear, and for the first time, I'm frightened by him. He holds up his blade and repositions his hand to use the base as a weapon. As he smashes it against my face repeatedly, I scream and fall to my knees. Blood pours from my nose. My vision gets hazy, and soon I fall to the ground completely. Looking at the gap in the enemy forces, I see Pro step through. He holds the dagger out at Ulrich, who holds out his blade in return. The light still blinds most of the other fighters, making this a one-on-one battle. I reach out and try to stop them, but it's no use. They immediately charge at each other. Pain radiates through my entire body. and I'm almost unable to focus. Their weapons clash again and again, and I finally see Pro fight. He dodges with grace, almost like watching the moves of a dancer.
Give it up, Pro. This is what I was meant to do. Changing Alarinthia means everything to me.
I can't let you win, Ulrich! We need Draku's strength to take down the Triumvirate! You can always come back and change things after the war!
Never!
They continue to fight, ignoring each other's pleas. But they'd have to do something quick. The other soldiers were shaking things off. I keep trying to crawl towards them. The battle was with Vivian and Draku, not each other.
Are you really willing to die for this? Think about what Draku can help us accomplish!
If the choice is between fighting alongside Draku and death, then yeah, I'm willing to die for this, Pro. But I have to ask, are you willing to kill me in the name of my enemy?
Yes, of course!
He looks nervous, like Ulrich is calling out a bluff. He takes slow, intimidating steps towards Pro. In response, Pro starts to panic and step back.
If you're willing to kill me, then do it! Show me that our friendship means nothing to you!
But we're family!
Looks like Pro's about to cry.
No, that's just an excuse you made up.
Why are you saying this?
Because I don't believe you're willing to kill me. But I stand here, ready to kill you at a moment's notice. That need for friends and family to be loved, that's your weakness. All I've ever wanted was to change this nation for the better. You, Tomek, the Monarch, you're worth less than pawns to me. So I'll give you one chance to kill me. Take my life, or lose yours.
Ulrich, stop!
In response, Ulrich readies his blade and steps close to the Pro. I hope I didn't choose wrong. There's nothing I can do anymore. I'm practically choking on my own blood. Any weak cries I emit would be easily overtaken by the chatter of our audience. Chatter that soon turns to roaring applause. Pro lunges toward Ulrich, but he quickly counters. Gripping Pro's arm, he quickly seizes the dagger for himself.
So that's the way it is, huh? You're a fool, Pro. Always were.
Throwing his own great sword to the ground, he stares Pro in the eyes. Pro trembles in fear, realizing he played right into Ulrich's hand. He dodged Pro's erratic attack, rather than launching his own.
Ulrich! Let me go!
As he holds Pro firmly in place, he closes his eyes.
Sorry it had to come to this. But know that your death will create a better nation. And hopefully, that will lead us all to a better world.
I really hope this is a ploy. He plunges the dagger into Pro's gut multiple times. The look on their faces reminds me of Shane and Damek. But something tells me Pro wouldn't be as lucky. I can hear him cry and whimper as he falls to the ground.
Looks like you were finally good for something.
That's the last thing I can remember. Succumbing to grief and agony, I slowly pass out. The crowd goes wild as soldiers finally overcome their blindness. They're greeted to the side of a victor, but I can only see a man who lost. An empty victory, and one we surely would never fully recover from. Crying at our loss, my vision fades, as I lie in the puddle of my own blood. My eyes slowly open as I find myself back in the Coliseum private chambers. Pain radiates throughout my head, pulsating with my heartbeat. It's almost unbearable. I notice some empty vials on the nightstand, and on taste in my mouth. Painkillers? Valessa and Fontaine sit on chairs beside the bed, watching me intently.
She's waking up.
Fontaine immediately rises from his chair and runs over to me. The worry on his face is clear, but everyone breathes a sigh of relief. That is, except for Ulrich. He stands in the corner of the room with his arms crossed. What he just did, I'm not surprised he acts distant.
We were so worried, Monarch. We didn't know if you'd recover. Ulrich did some damage. Your nose is broken, but if you give it time, you'll be totally fine.
Upon hearing this, Ulrich rolls his eyes. Can't believe it, but Pro was dead. Ulrich killed him. Our alliance with Vivian was secured, but was it worth it? It's not a question I could possibly answer. On the other hand, that sacrifice would ensure the safety of millions. But we were comrades. Bonds complicated things during times of war. And there was no time to grieve either. We need to prepare for Balteus. I let my legs dangle off the bed and find their place on the warm stone floor. I can sense the denial in the air. Nobody wanted to talk about what just happened.
So, what's the next step?
I'm not sure if there was other choices or if this is one. Like, they still never did the thing where he talked, where they said what they were talking about. And though this could be one of those things where it's like, no matter who you choose, somebody dies, kind of like Mass Effect 1. Damick enters the conversation.
With our alliance finalized, we need to head back to Museo. After some swift preparation, we'll launch the assault on Balteus. This is it. We've come away from this with more soldiers than ever.
Oh, that's good. Al steps forward and enters the conversation as well.
The Triumvirate would not expect us to recover this quickly, but here we stand, stronger than ever before. We can win this war. We would advise not mulling over this sacrifice. It secured us victory.
Yeah, Pro may have not sided with Vivian, but he sided with us. We're still going to secure the future he was fighting for. Alestia's future. He was a dear friend, and this loss will give me more power, more resolve.
A good outlook. Wasting time to mourn could cost us this entire war. We must make our way to the docks and meet with Vivian. Focus on the things that are within our control, Monarch.
I nod. A suggestion born from denial, no doubt. However, despite its origins, it was a good idea. We still have business to take care of, no matter what. I stand up, getting out of the bed, and everyone looks worried. They brace themselves to catch me, in case I were to fall over. I stumble slightly, but I'm free. I think I was ready to get things moving.
So, should we just start walking to the docks? Let's make sure to stock up on lots of water. The journey back isn't going to be any easier.
He gets ready to leave, but Fontaine interjects.
Whoa, hold on a second here. Before we go, I have a question to ask.
Looks over at Ulrich, who exchanges an awkward glance.
Ulrich, why did you do this? You could have waited and went after Draku!
Everyone looks shocked, but I know it's something we're all thinking. Without a single word, Ulrich shakes his head and walks out of the room.
Hey! I asked you a question, you coward!
It's no use, he's already long gone. Likely to the docks, as I know he wouldn't abandon us. As bad as his actions were, he still seems to serve our cause.
Fortim.
I know we have an alliance or whatever, but who cares? We lost one of our friends. Why is nobody even sad?
We'll have plenty of time to grieve after this war is over. We've lost plenty, and I'm sure we'll be losing even more, but if we give up and mope around, we'll lose everything. We're not forgetting about him, Fortim. We just have more important things to focus on. Let's get to the docks. We can talk more on the trip home.
That's part of the problem, Valessa. I don't even know what home is anymore. It was Valenorth and then Museo, but everything around us is getting destroyed. And I thought home was being with our friends. But now they're dying, Valessa.
Nobody knows how to respond to Fortame's words. An awkward silence fills the room, but he gets the idea.
Fine. Forget I even said anything. But we were betrayed, plain and simple, by one of our own. It may have gotten us an alliance, but it's still a betrayal. And in my books, people like that deserve to be punished. So you can push this aside or whatever, but I won't. This is a crime that needs to be answered for.
After saying that, he storms out of the room. I suppose he was right, but it's really not that simple. There's no point in arguing, however, so we all start to leave.
Well, I guess maybe venting like that could help. Let's just get it out of the way while we're walking, alright? Every moment we waste makes our enemy more prepared.
Everybody seems to agree, and we all shuffle out of the room. And so begins the long, arduous journey back to the docks. However, instead of hope, this trek is filled with a feeling of despair. I really thought, still feels like we would be able to get I don't know. The entire party remains in silence until we arrive at the oasis. Having gone through all of our water, we need to fill up immediately. We're all sweating, clearly exerted by the journey through the desert.
Well, it's time for a brief break. Let's get some water and then head back to the docks. If I remember correctly, this means we're halfway there.
We all nod and start filling up our canteens with water. But while we do, I pay attention to what's going on around me. Rook makes sure he's standing beside Fontaine while he fills up on water. Fontaine notices this and seems visibly angry. Totally understandable, though.
What do you want?
I just wanted to apologize, Fortin. You'll understand soon. I had no other choice.
There's no way you're sorry, Ulrich. I saw no hint of remorse on your face when you killed him. And even now that you're apologizing, you don't look sad at all.
That's not true. I'm being serious here.
Well, so am I. Just leave me alone, Ulrich. We'd all be better off without you.
He takes a step back, hurt by Fontaine's words. If he wasn't sad before, then he definitely is now.
Fine.
He walks away from Fontaine, considering the conversation over. As harsh as Fontaine was, I think he's saying what was on a lot of our minds. Almost everybody has been treating him with disdain since the battle ended. After we're all done gathering water, Fontaine approaches me. He looks so conflicted. After all, he's the only one being vocal about the situation. Especially after his outburst just now. He's starting to wonder if he's being too emotional.
Come on, Monarch. You have my back in this, right? What happened was way out of line. I know that everybody is focusing on the war right now, but I can't do that. This is just too much to take in. What should I do? Are you going to forgive this?
I mean, that seems a bit harsh. I truly don't know what to think right now. I mean, redemption is, when things kind of mill over, but right now, let's just click this.
Maybe I'm just processing this faster than anybody else. I know it's hard because of how close we all are, but a crime is a crime. Plain and simple. Friends shouldn't get a free pass to commit atrocities. I don't care if other people forgive him. I never could. He needs to be punished, like any other criminal.
I'm not sure about punish because it was kind of for us and I did choose a side, but it's still like, I still feel like there's something underneath. I shrug, unsure how to respond to the last part. It did kill a comrade, but it secured us a powerful alliance. We have to wonder if such actions cancel each other out. One life gives us all power we need to win this war. But at the same time, is it right to reduce life to something like that? A bargaining chip on some sort of table containing all of our lives? It's something we talk about as an entire group. I may be in charge, but this is affecting everybody, not just me. That's why I let Fontaine know. It's the only right way to handle this.
All right. But just take my advice. Don't do it while everybody is still in shock. Let them process these events and form an opinion.
And on it, and it seems like you're all ready to continue. Since we're halfway to the docks, we'd have a long time to think. And something tells me no time in the world would let us sort this out. Well, I think that's a good time to call it since we're at the docks, and we're at 30 minutes. Buddy. I'm surprised morale didn't take a hit. You think it would? Though maybe it's gonna take a little bit of time to go down. Who knows? So anyways, that's gonna be the end of this Let's Play. Thank you for watching. Please comment, cause I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, or otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos epic grow. And please remember to spay your animals to control the pet population. And until next time, let's play. Me, the sad Wolf 6 of Winds of Change. See ya.